Hello, guys. Once again, this is Moment with Wisdom Grace. I want to share something very important, and I believe what I'm going to share is something that you should consider. This is just my observation and insight into something very important for us as believers to hear. Sometimes we think that, not only we think, but sometimes we rely and put trust in competencies, in our own connections, in our own character, even in our own calling, rather than in Christ. So when we see victories in our life, when we see successes in our life, we think that it is as a result of our own making. It's as a result of our own calling. It's as a result of our connections. It's as a result of our competencies. It's as a result of our characteristics. That is why we are seeing successes in our lives, rather than it is because of Christ in us. It is because of Christ that we have the connections in the first place. It is because of Christ that we have the competencies in the first place. It is because of Christ that we have characteristics in the first place. It is because of Christ that we have our calling. So if we take away Christ, and then our focus, our reliance, and we factor our success based on our calling, based on our connections, based on our competencies, based on our characteristics, I like the prepositions used in the Bible: in Christ, for Christ, by Christ, through Christ. So these prepositions show us that in Christ we're able to accomplish certain things. In our ministry, in our family, we're able to develop moral characteristics in our lives. It is not in our own making. It is not as a result of our connections, as a result of our calling, as a result of our competencies, as a result of our characteristics. Even as a result, sometimes we might think it's as a result of our confidence. But in Christ, we are able to do all these things. In Christ, we have the confidence to become successful in whatever we are doing. In Christ, we're able to fulfill our calling. In Christ, we have the competences to do things. In Christ, we have the moral characteristics to live a righteous life. But without Christ, you cannot effectively. It's like you don't factor the Creator into the blessings that come from the Creator. Embrace the blessings more than we embrace the blesser. You see, we are more inclined and embrace our calling, our competencies, our characteristics, our connections, more than Christ, more than the Creator, who has given us these things for an effective life, an effective living. So just to conclude and summarize what I'm talking about, we should never lose our concentration on Christ. On Christ. And we should always rely and put our trust in Him, not to boast or have so much confidence in our own confidence, in our calling, in our connections, in our competencies, in our characteristics, as much as we put that confidence, that hope, that trust, that reliance on Christ to strengthen us, to be with us, to be in us, to do it for Him, to do it through Him, to do it for Him, to do it by Him. And then our lives will continue to move from glory to glory, from strength to strength. I have come to realize, and this has changed my prayer life drastically, and I will always say this to myself, that I will always remind God that in His strength I have my strength. In His success I have my success. In His satisfaction I have my satisfaction. It shows that in Christ I have what I have. In Christ I am what I am. In Christ I can do what I can do. It is not in my own making. It is not in my own making. Because you know how many times I have tried to do things my own making, I have failed. So I realized, you know what, I have to constantly abide in Jesus, and I will be fruitful. Because I obtain my power from Him. I obtain wisdom from Him. I obtain righteousness from Him. I obtain obedience from Him. I obtain everything from Christ. He is my supply house. He is my powerhouse. God bless you. Feel free to share this. God bless you. Thank you.